Hi everyone, we're Group 2 and this is our Evaluation 7.
Before our production could start, we had to consider all the logistics behind it. This included narrative, casting, locations, costumes, storyboarding and props.
The narrative was an idea initially thought of by someone in our team. However, through other film inspirations such as Sightseers, we managed to develop strong antagonists as our lead roles and also develop the concept of our victims.
We used up friends within the school as our victims, but then we had the problem of finding our lead antagonists. After a few weeks, Fred found some out-of-school friends with acting experience who were well suited for the role.
Storyboarding was key within our production development. Storyboarding allowed us to stimulate ideas regarding different shots, angles and lengths. We had a total of 38 shots, and from this we could create our animatic, which gave us an accurate idea to the final length of our opening. However, when it came to production, we struggled to stick precisely to our storyboard.
Props was a major feature within our production. To plan for this, we looked at our storyboard and location and figured out which props were essential and which we needed to purchase ourselves. This involved a wig, a hat and newspapers. The location involved the other props needed. The props added to our overall production and were essential that we had them sorted out before filming began.
The narrative was one of the standout aspects of our film, and we made sure during planning that it was reasonably detailed and that it was a narrative that could be extended past the 3-minute opening scene.
The preliminary task was not nearly as developed, and as a result, the narrative was really very poor. A swift summary is that a man is walking to a meeting which he is trading a box of money and he gets ripped off.
As you can see from the visuals, the preliminary task was far more focused on getting an array of shots rather than creating a strong backstory. This was down to the limited time we had at our disposal.
When we did the prelim, we didn't use any costume, which wasn't effective at all. It did not set the scene and we didn't learn anything about our characters.
Going on to our actual film opening, we decided costumes are important because they show the audience something about the characters.
For our male antagonist, we decided to put him in a suit as if he is a normal working man. This emphasises the twist in the plot when he is holding these teenagers, because it makes the audience expect him to be normal.
However, we had a costume issue with this character because halfway through filming, the actor shaved his head. We worked with him wearing a hat in the shots we had there.
Our female antagonist was similar. We gave her a normal, motherly look so the audience expected her to be sweet and caring.
The victims were dressed in plain clothes that were ripped and dirty to show they had been there for a while. They had not been looked after. This gives the victims the audience sympathy vote.
Once we found our location, it was exactly what we wanted, because there was a massive contrast between the kitchen and the basement.
The kitchen was very clean and organised and looked like the kitchen of an ordinary family, which was exactly what we wanted because it goes with the plot that they are a normal family.
The basement was filthy and old. It looked very rough. It created a huge contrast with the kitchen and the rest of the house, which was very effective.
The only other place we filmed was the outside of the house, and this worked because it just looked like a normal house.
This was all very different to our preliminary task because we filmed it at school.
The only locations we used for our preliminary task were outside and the classroom. This was not effective as the classroom did not look like the meeting place it should have.
From this dissatisfying location, we decided for the film opening we needed a proper location that would look realistic.
Lighting wasn't really an issue in our prelim task because it was all done at school and during the day, so it was light everywhere. The only issue was it was too bright outside, but we managed to avoid filming in the direct sunlight so it didn't become too problematic.
However, this good lighting at our preliminary task did not prepare us for the possible lighting issues that we would come across.
It was different lighting from the classroom to the house, but in the kitchen it was still light enough. Our major issue was lighting in the basement.
The whole of the basement was very dark, but there was enough light in the corridors to film. However, in 2 of the rooms, it was too dark to film.
We combated these issues by having the actor carrying a torch into the first room, lighting up and making it look like a part of the scene. In the second room, we overcame the darkness by Rory standing in the corner and holding the portable light over the room while we filmed.
A clear similarity between our prelim task and our final opening is the use of handycam filming. In our prelim, the shots of the feet walking across the road and the body walking outside are all handycam, as you can tell by the shaky footage. In our final opening, we used handycam on a shot of the reflection of the knife in the window and of our female antagonist talking over her shoulder.
We used a low-angle shot of the feet in both our prelim and our final opening. However, our shot in the final opening is a lot steadier and the lighting is more scenic. This shows how we use our narrative and genre to affect the way in which we shoot our shots.
We repeatedly used a tripod for our work. This helped increase the professionalism and ensured all the shots were stable and framed well. Most shots in both our prelim and final opening that aren't handycammed are filmed on a tripod. However, during our final production, we used the tripod a lot more. We also used a handheld tripod, mainly so that any handycam footage was steadier. This shows our progression as filmmakers and how we have responded to footage that doesn't look as good as it could.
In our prelim task, we used a non-diegetic soundtrack of a guitar tune to set the scene. We repeated this in our actual production with the piano tune playing during the kitchen scenes.
The non-diegetic soundtrack played through almost all of the scenes until the dialogue began. This is how we did it in Flesh, with the soundtrack ending as the man came home.
When editing Flesh, we had to think about the placement of our titles and the actual title itself. However, our prelim task did not feature any titles, so our only previous experience of titles was on our location recce at Wilderness Woods.
When choosing the title for Flesh, we wanted it to stand out and represent our concept, so we went for a bold red design to portray our concept.
When placing our titles onto our timeline, we used space in the environment to position them. We also used a fade effect.
Our first title dragged alongside a pan shot, which helped make the title blend in with the scene. The rest of our titles had slight movement, but were mostly stationary.